Welcome everybody to the Wake Up Call channel. Some of you may have seen I did a video on the new iPro Vision by Apple, Apple's Pro Vision, which again is transitioning people into taking this type of technology into their bodies. It's just getting closer and closer and closer, where they're literally blurring the lines between reality and fiction. Well, another commercial by Apple came out this week, and I had to chop it up a little bit because Apple actually blocks it from being uploaded for whatever reason, because they probably don't want people debunking what it's really about. I'm going to show you the commercial now, and I want you to keep an eye on two specific things, something I've been talking about for years, which is the importance of things like this iHealth app. Health and monitoring your health are going to be crucial when it comes to the mark of the beast. It is going to be crucial for people to be deceived into this type of technology because they are being pushed and pumped fear on a daily basis. One of the things we've seen throughout, look, people have always feared death, right? But not the way that they fear death in today's society. They fear death because it's being pumped to them to fear death. The reason it's being pumped to fear death, even though Christians shouldn't fear death, who have salvation through Christ, is because they want people to be tricked into this type of technology. They want people to be afraid to get sick. They want people to be afraid to have these certain things happen. And getting so obsessed with your health has been part of their agenda, right? Now, people out there, I'm sure a lot of you exercise or live a healthy life and eat healthy. That's perfectly fine. Your body is your temple. I understand that. But the mindset, this perfect human mindset, has to do with transhumanism. It has to do with monitoring your every moves, to the point where people get so obsessed with how many steps they take, how many breaths they take or make, whatever the song is by the Police, every single day, that they start to continually get obsessive with this stuff, that they are willing to accept technology into their body. So this commercial obviously is going to be pushing health, but it's also going to be pushing privacy. And they're going to be telling you how they know everything about you. They know that you haven't washed your hands today. They know if you itched your butt crack. They know if you didn't brush your teeth. They know if you have diarrhea. I mean, these are literally things that are in the commercial you're about to see. And, people out there are just like, oh, wow, well, at least with the Apple app, I'll have privacy. No, you will not. Of all companies, Apple sells your data more than anyone and gives your data away. It is a complete lie. And they even show you with a little wink, wink at the end, because after they market this device to you and this technology to you, they even have the audacity to do the all-seeing eye at the very end. So take a look at this horrifying technology.
The man with the troublesome hemorrhoid enters the room.
That wasn't me.
Said Hillary, who's only taken 347 steps today.
I cycled here.
On an e-bike. Speaking of cycles, Mary's period is due to start in 3 days, and her friend hasn't washed his hands since Monday. There's Bill, his chronic night sweats.
How do you know so much about us?
It's your health data. You've been sharing it without realizing it. Your halitosis wakes up to pee. Lice and ringworm. Who's next? Wait, what's that in your hand? Stop!
So, again, look and think about how they're marketing these types of things, right? Everybody's taken aback because, wait a minute, it knows all of my information. You're exactly right. They know all of our information because we give them the information willingly, and on top of that, they listen to us. They listen with devices, they listen with phones, they listen with TVs, they listen with Alexas. They listen, if you don't even own that type of technology, they're listening to you in other ways. In your car, they're listening to you at someone else's house, they're listening to you at a restaurant, they're listening to you at a grocery store. I mean, you can't even go into a Walgreens, a CVS, a Ralph's. You can't even go into these stores without seeing your face plastered on a camera. There's even checkouts now at Walmarts that literally are recording you on camera, showing your face on a screen when you're making your payments. And of course, the dumbed down society continues to think that, well, this has to do with crimes. This has to do with crime sprees and robberies, things that our government doesn't seem to care about because they're letting delinquents out of prison over and over again, letting them commit crimes over and over again, saying that they deserve 10,000 chances because of their race or because of their sexuality, over and over and over. So they don't care at all about anyone's safety. They care about this technology. They care about getting control of your life and getting control and taking over your privacy. So you saw at the end of the commercial that even the audacity to show you the all-seeing eye. And these are the articles that are out there about it. Apple commits to mental health with tracking on watch and iPhone. And you can see on the screen, log how you're feeling right now. Log how you felt overall today. And people are so inundated with technology that they're literally, already doing this and they don't even realize it, right? Like people post this stuff on Facebook, like feeling down today, had a great day at work. And they don't even realize that the government is monitoring this stuff. They're preparing you and desensitizing you to constantly be giving out your information to the point that you have the tech inside of your body and they can literally monitor your heart rate. They can monitor your mood and they can control your mood and control your behavior. But again, it's a naive society. And it's funny that they talk about monitoring people's mental health when our own government and the mainstream media promote people, the only real people in society that have actual mental health problems are the people who are being glorified, promoted, shoved down everyone's throats. I couldn't imagine who I'm talking about, but let's continue on. It says, for those of us struggling with mental health, Apple has had an obvious gap in its lineup. Mood tracking and figuring out what the correlation is between your depression and anxiety and other metrics and other health measurements, including exercise and sleep and so on. Well, we can answer that right away. I'll tell you what's giving to people's depression and anxiety. We could start with what they're doing to society by dividing society, even though people don't realize the government's the one dividing society, causing people to not want to associate with people based on politics. They're also, glorifying and promoting really disgusting behavior. And then you could just factor in other things that people have done to their own bodies, which you already know what I'm talking about there, wink, wink. And on top of that, these huge towers that are popping up conveniently at a time that they're talking about mental health crisis. Because what is this radiation doing to people that's coming from these towers? It's causing people to be restless, to have sleep deprivation, to have depression, to have anxiety, to have mood swings, okay? They want you to think that all of that stuff is caused by you. And the only way to fix it is to fix you. And the only way to fix you is to go along with all the insane crap that the communist government is promoting, which is accept all, do without will, tolerate everything, love everything, live in a society where everybody is a Stepford wife. Everybody is walking around on autopilot. Everybody's just holding back their actual emotions, suppressing it, because they're living in a false reality. They don't even know what's going on. So Apple opens the door to far deeper care when it comes to mental health, suggesting that the company believes that mental health is as important as physical health and is helping its users draw connections to the two. Yeah, you want to help your mental health? Probably don't put the iPhone up to your skull. And if you really want to know about what it does to your skull, well, you can look up many reports that scientists have done and then been blacklisted for reporting about the dangers of cell phones and your brain, including brain tumors, including all sorts of things that have damaged people's minds, damaged people's bodies, and really, at this point, damaged people's souls. So, under the auspice of you can't improve what you don't measure, it invites users to reflect on their state of mind and logging and tracking it for future observation. So you're literally going to be telling the phone, in addition to, like you saw in the commercial, where, we're going to protect your privacy, which they're not doing at all, okay? We've obviously seen that big tech is run by the government. I mean, I'm living proof of that, am I not? Right? Big tech continues to censor anybody that speaks out against this stuff because big tech is in bed with them, because big tech is really run by the DOJ and the CIA and the FBI. So, they're talking about improve what you don't measure, and they want you, they're inviting you. These are the words that they use for mind control. Invites users. They're inviting you to tell them how you feel, as if but they care, right? And remember that some of the videos that I did talking about humans and technology merging, not just transhumanism, people falling in love with AI, with chatbots and all this type of stuff, that's really part of the mental health problem that we're dealing with. That ties into this because people trust their devices more than they trust their next door neighbor, more than they trust a person who has opposite politics than them, and more than they probably trust their own family members. They trust their technology. So now the technology, before they actually get into your brain and could read your moods without you telling them, they're desensitizing you into telling your device how you're feeling at this hour and how you're feeling at that hour. And probably asking you in the morning how you're feeling, probably asking you at noon how you're feeling, and then asking you at dinner how you're feeling. They want to monitor this type of stuff. They want to monitor and control all of it. But again, people are so dumbed down that they think a company like Apple, the 666 x86.66 computer that was sold, the first one, you know what I mean? The apple, the forbidden fruit, that's what it represents. These people actually care about you, right? Just like the same people cared about all of us a few years ago and had our best interests in mind. That's why they were offering some free things and even giving us gift cards if we took it. So back to the story here. Mental health tracking can be done on an Apple Watch by using the digital crown to scroll through a range of emotions. It also invites users to identify what is making them feel a particular way. Whether work travel is making you twitchy, family stressors are getting your heart rate up, or relationships are getting you down. I mean, for people to think that big tech or the government gives a crap about them, that's why we're in the position we're in. Because they tell you they point a finger and say, that's your enemy, when they're the ones who are the enemy. They're the ones who are dividing society. They're the ones who are causing mental health problems in so many ways, right? And then they're like, we care about you. Tell us how you're feeling. We're there for you. We're there for you. Have you gotten your you-know-what yet? It's almost that time. It's been 6 months. The company also adds standardized assessments for anxiety and depression, self-assessed appetite, energy, and the amount of fidgeting users are doing, among other things, and reports users' risk for the ailments. The keynote suggests that the app will help users understand if they need to talk to someone, such as a doctor or therapist, and it's possible to share the reports that with care providers and suggest helpful articles and resources. So you have this in addition to the iHealth app, which they're telling you that if you put all of your information into iHealth, which is what they want you to do, they want you to be like, you know, oh, how does somebody know that I have what was the commercial? How does somebody know that I didn't wash my hands today? Oh, they know. They know. They just want you to get used to this type of pattern in your life where you're being monitored and you're even self-reporting this type of stuff to big tech and to big government, right? So people aren't like, oh, I'm suspicious. How do they know I didn't wash my hands? Well, I'll just put that in iHealth because that'll really keep me safe. Just like our bank accounts are supposedly safe, just like PayPal supposedly, just all of this stuff. None of it's safe and none of it's protected. And we know 2030 is right around the corner. And we know that all this stuff is getting destroyed, right? So this is a massive desensitizing measure that they're taking here to getting people used to providing their health information, providing their mental health information, providing what they're feeling at every moment. These are ways you desensitize people into technology being able to literally be in you and start processing, oh, well, this is why you have anxiety. It's not 5G, it's not 6G. It's because you need to be more tolerant. You need to be more accepting. You need to stop watching right-wing news outlets or whatever they'll possibly say. You got to stop watching A Call for Judging. It's making you depressed. You need to stop reading your Bible. That's what's causing all this anxiety and depression. Those are the things that they're going to do as they continue to conform and mold society into a bunch of herded zombies, which we're already there. But it's going to continue to get worse. And there's people who are awake who are completely will put their blinders on when it comes to tech because they love technology. They're obsessed with it. Obsessed. And they're like, this is really cool. Oh, it's just a conspiracy about that. I believe in some of this stuff the government's, but the technology part's really neat. I'm going to get this and I'm going to do that. And then all of a sudden I'm going to have this inside of my body. I'm not even going to realize I can't control my thoughts. That's how this whole thing is going to work. So the commercial obviously is absolutely just hysterical. I mean, it's hard not to laugh at it because you look at the people in the commercial, like, how do they know all this stuff about me? Oh, I don't know. What do you got? An iPhone and an Alexa and a smart TV and a Ring on your door, and you bring your phone into the bathroom with you and shower with it. So, they're pretty much just watching you and listening to you 24/7. And then they're just like, come to iHealth and just give us all your information. So it won't feel weird when we let you know we already have it. And on top of that, we'll throw the all-seeing eye at you just to give you the middle finger. Unbelievable, the nerve of Apple, the nerve of these monsters who are destroying our society. But they've done so much damage. It's irreversible at this point, what they've done psychologically to the weak-minded people out there who actually are living in an alternate reality. So I thank everybody again for being here. Hope you're doing well. God bless all of you and your families.